guys, welcome back to Theta Aitana. My name is Abby, and today we are going to be doing our weekly chakra healing video. And I'm going to be using two of my sister's Christmas presents to me, which is one, this cup that changes, is like stars, but it changes into the constellations. And then she also got me the Game of Thrones tarot and guidebook deck. So I'm going to be using this. I mean, it's a very Capricornian type of style deck because we love medieval things. And I'm having guanabana tea, which is soursop, and I'm just having a grand old time. And let me tell you why. Well, first of all, for those who want to see kind of what it looks like, it's really cool. The book is really sturdy. It's like an actual like book. It has like poofy, it has the lining, like it's really pretty. So it comes out like that. So hey, and this is gonna be fun because I kind of played with it a little bit yesterday, two days ago, while I was on the, I'm gonna call it my birthday retreat, because that's really what it was, birthday retreat, which the vlog will be coming up tonight. I'm gonna be editing after I do this video, probably gonna eat something and then edit for the rest of the day. You guys are gonna see a little bit of what we did at my solar eclipse in Capricorn healing retreat, birthday retreat thing. But we're gonna be doing the healing video first for this week, and I'm really excited because Venus moved into Sagittarius. It is not in Scorpio anymore. Yes, I will miss Scorpio energy because I still have it in me, but for the most part I really wanted that shift, that push. And this is my birthday week, so no time like the present to be feeling great. Yesterday and like this weekend was very powerful for me. Lots of downloads, lots of stuff. I'm going to talk about it more on my blog, but lots of downloads, connecting with Native American spirits, doing ritual work. We did a ritual for Oshun. I had like prophetic dreams, like it was mystical, magical, all the things. It was a very healing experience, and I'm glad that all the girls that went got some healing out of it, and I'm really like happy about that, because the eclipse was in Capricorn, was falling in my 6th house of health, healing, and serving others, so it was more about them than it was for me. But I still was like, it was a balance, because I was still getting healing as well by healing others, so it was just a great experience. I had a blast, and so I'm excited for this week. I'm excited for tomorrow, which is my birthday on the 8th. It's nice that the moon is also in Aquarius because it's hitting my Venus, and I know that the universe is trying to send Bay to me right now, which is interesting. So I'm just like, we're gonna see what we're gonna do. But with Venus moving into Sag, you're gonna start seeing a little bit more push, a little bit of the angst, like I need to do stuff, I want to do stuff, I want to move, I want to travel, I want to like, take me out, let's go, let's do, like, oh, you said this, let's go. Especially with Uranus and Aries, we have a couple placements in fire, Jupiter and Sag, Mars and Aries, and then Venus moving into Sag is like the fire is like, it's there, it's building. So let's see how this week is for you guys. What is our blockage for our root chakra? Root chakra blockage. Okay. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So the two cards that came out are the Two of Swords and the Moon. Who did not use this moon like wisely? Who did not use this moon wisely is what I would like to know. Okay. And how can we best heal our root chakra this week? Okay. 9 of Cups, 3 of Cups. This is like a summary of my weekends, basically. Feeling good, living good, connecting with friends. There's a lot of you guys that are in a very contemplative, meditative state. Some of you are depressed. I can see that as well. We're going to talk about it. Okay. Sacred space. What is blocking our sacred space this week? What's blocking our sacred space this week? Okay. We got a whole story to say. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, this is in the blockage. It's good cards, but it's in the blockage. So we have the Two of Spears, which is the Two of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Cups, and we have the Three of Spears and the Page of Coins. So it's kind of like some of you are, like, you guys know you're supposed to be setting intention for the new year, setting intention what you want to do, but for some reason, you're not moving on it. It's like you know, but you're not doing nothing about it for some reason. It's no time like the present, I'm just saying. Okay, so how can we best heal our sacral space this week? How can we best heal our sacral space this week? I'm really glad I'm using this deck because I love Game of Thrones. Let's heal sacral space this week, yo. Can we best heal our sacral? Six of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, or coins in this deck. Yeah, I can definitely see that. There's a lot of like minds. I mean, using this Aquarius moon right now, especially coming off, riding off of this eclipse, is a very good time to kind of clear the fog up a little bit, because Aquarius's gift is being able to detach in order for them to see the whole picture, not just one-sided, not just like being biased. No. It's like hit, detach, and it's like, oh, there's a problem. That's why, and okay, and then I can now then disconnect so I can actually see the truth in the situation. It's a very powerful sign. And Aquarius season is coming, so we all ready. But this is what it is. It's like disconnect so you can see how it's affecting your self-worth. We're gonna talk about it though. So solar plexus. What is blocking our solar plexus this week? Okay. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Five of Swords. Some of you know that you need to do something, but you're not doing it out of the. You're just. It's like you know, but you don't want to do any. Like you don't. You know when something's not meant for you, and you're trying to hold on to it anyway. We're gonna talk about it. How can we best heal our solar plexus this week? Okay, that was two, and then another one gonna come out. Okay, hold on. Hold it. Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords, the Magician, and the Eight of Coins. That's actually really beautiful. It's actually really beautiful. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. So for our heart space, what's blocking our heart chakra this week? What is blocking our heart chakra this week? Ooh. Three of Coins, Four of Cups. Something that you put in your time that has not bear fruit. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about that for a hot minute, so not surprised. We best heal our heart chakra this week. We best heal our heart chakra. The Devil, which is Capricorn. We best heal our heart chakra this week. Ooh. We best heal our chakra. We best heal our chakra. Hey, Knight of Spears, 10 of Cups. There is a different manifestation that needs to happen, and this is actually something I'm going to do tonight, because since like my Venus is in Aquarius, so the fact that the moon is pretty much hitting my 7th house of partnerships for me, that's something that I need to call on. So I can see that, but we're going to talk about it in the context of everybody. Yeah, bottom. Okay. Well, can we best, what is blocking our throat chakra this week? I love it when the throat chakra just like, like okay, so we have the Queen of Swords and Death in reverse. So somebody is not in their power, and also somebody doesn't want to let go. I mean, it's. I mentioned it before. There is definitely something here where there's some of you that don't want to accept the reality of the situation for some reason. Yeah. Okay. We best heal our throat chakra this week. We best heal. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, third eye. What is blocking our third eye this week? Blocking our third eye. That's a whole story. Okay, so 9 of Spears in reverse. Some of y'all didn't learn a lesson. Then we have the 7 of Spears, Temperance, Ace of Cups, Judgment, the 4 of Spears, and the Emperor. So, hold up. Just organize this. Because this is a whole story. This is a whole story. Okay, let's heal our third eye chakra this week. Let's heal our third eye. 4 of Swords, 10 of Spears. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Lovers. For our crown chakra, what is blocking our crown chakra this week? The Hangman and the King of Swords. This combination is such a great thing for the crown chakra, so this is like weird that it's in the negative, but I think a lot of people are actually pensive this week, so I'm not really surprised that came out like that. Yeah, Page of Swords. There's a lot of messages coming through. I also do have the Akashic Records open, so we're gonna talk. Okay, let's heal our crown chakra this week. Okay, let's heal. Oh, that is powerful. Hold on, I got you. That is powerful. That's some powerful juju. That's some powerful stuff. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles with the 7 of Cups and Justice. That's the bottom of the deck. Yo, this reading is crazy. Okay, we're gonna talk about the last 2 that came out in the end, because that's going to summarize it. But okay, so for our root chakra, our blockage is a 2 of Swords in the Moon. So there is some of you who do not want to listen to your guides, your intuition, your knowing self, whether it's somebody else who happens to be a healer, or someone who divines, a witch, bruja, whatever, spiritual leader, whatever. There's some of you who do not want to listen to the messages, whether it's from yourself, your own intuition, or for others that have been hinting. There's something that's been hinted to you that it's not stable, that is blocking your root chakra. There's something that's not stable, and you want to make it work so bad, but it's not stable. It's not meant for you. And so because there's a holding on, this 2 of Swords is like, no, I don't want to see the truth, because the moon illuminates the truth. The moon is the card of Pisces as well, so it illuminates the truth, and it brings forth the emotional reactions that we have to that truth as well. So with this 2 of Swords, it's just like, no, I want to be blind to what I know. I want to stay blind to what I know. And then the root chakra is saying, hey, you're actually kind of doing yourself a disservice for not listening to yourself, or not listening to others who are telling you like, hey, you know, I don't see this for you. This is not something that's meant for you. And you're kind of just dismissing it and calling it a day. And this is affecting your root chakra because you're trying to start something on a foundation that is unstable. You cannot grow a seed somewhere that is just unstable. And this is what the two of Swords is, and the Moon, the combination of these 2 are saying, because the 2 of Swords is a blockage of intuition. In this card, and in this situation, if you watch Game of Thrones, you know that she went blind in this part of the show. And it's kind of hard to navigate when you're blind. No, it's hard to kind of see the world and see everything for what it is when you're blind. The Moon brings forth the truth. It really but the thing is that it doesn't just bring truth, it brings emotional truth. It brings emotional like completion. It's the nurturing aspect of a mother saying, you know, I don't want to say I told you so, but I'm still here for you if you need that comfort. and it's like we don't always want to listen to what's good for us, or like that figure, because the moon also rules Cancer. So it's kind of like we don't always want to listen to that nurturing aspect saying, hey, you know, I know this doesn't work out. I know you're heartbroken. I know you're feeling low about this. I know you really want to be with this person, but it's not working out. It's not meant for you. It's not something that it's going to last in the long run. You're trying to plant a seed somewhere that it's unstable and it's not going to work. It's just not. Like you've gotten every sign from every part of the universe telling you, hey, you know, in that questioning that you have, because even though that Two of Swords is there and you're like trying to block it and trying to be like, no, you know, I can make this work, I can make this work, that questioning, you keep questioning it. There's still a part of your intuition that's still kind of speaking to you in the back of your mind, is saying like, you know, oh man, but I keep thinking about that, what this person said and what they said in this moment, or, you know, like, it's just like, you know, it's not in alignment, but you keep trying to force it, and that in the root chakra is blocking it because it's not stable. It's not a stable foundation. And the way we heal that this week, we have the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. So we ask ourselves, what is it going to take to make you happy? How are you going to get there? What makes you happy? What do you want to make you happy? And why doesn't what you want make you happy the way you want to be happy? Why is it that what you want is causing so much pain and so much thought, and you have to, why is it not easy? Why is it not an easy flow of a blessing for you? If you think that this situation, whatever it is such a blessing, why do you have to question it all the time? Why do you have to kind of struggle with it all the time? Why do you have to frustrate yourself and get into weird arguments or get into anything negative? Like, why does it stir up those kind of situations? And what the 9 of Cups is really saying, it's like, first of all, you need to be emotionally well and feeling well about yourself, practicing self-love, because that's another one with the 9 of Cups. But with the 3 of Cups is that you also need to have the balance of being able to be present socially and be in a collective. Like, you feel good by yourself, you feel good when you're with other people. It needs to be a social balance, it needs to be a personal balance, and that's how the root chakra is really gonna get healed this week. It's by seeing how you have it together in the places that you have it together. Like, if you have a group of friends that are just like a blessing anytime you see them, and you just feel so healed after you hang out with them and all these things, that's a blessing. When you're by yourself, if you go into the dark place, and that is what you need to address here. There's 2 different types of things that need to get addressed in this. This is a social situation, this is a personal situation. This is how you feel about yourself. This is how you are connecting. Once you are healed yourself, how you're connecting with others. And that's what the root chakra is saying. It's like, hey, we need you to feel good. If you're gonna plan something and build something on it, we need you to feel good though. Like, the universe is like, hey, we need you to feel good. You need to feel good. If you don't feel good, this shit is not gonna work out, period. For the sacral space, we got the 2 of, I'm gonna call it wands because that's what it is. It's spears, but it's gonna be wands. The Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Cups, in addition to the 3 of wands with the Page of Coins. And the blockage here is that you know that you need to be, that you're getting pushed into a certain direction, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, that you're getting pushed into a certain direction. You know that you are leaning towards a different direction in your life. You know that a shift is coming. You feel it coming. You know it's coming. It's there. You've been getting signs. You know, but for some reason this isn't still in the fucking blockage. Why? Because some of y'all don't want to take that leap. The Page of Cups is saying this is something that you've always wanted. This is where your creativity really meets your present, your conscious sense. This is when things start to flow a little bit easier for you, and it's in the blockage because for some reason you do not want to set the intention, like you're not actively working on it. Like, you have with the Page of Coins and the Page of Cups, these 2 pages are about new. This is a fresh energy, messages coming in, things that you want to build on, like just saying, hey, you know, I want to just start writing maybe on my journal every day. Or this is like a physical intention manifesting from your place of emotions, because this is emotional state, this is a physical manifestation. So this is like actively saying, you know what, this makes me feel good, I'm gonna start doing this from now on. I'm gonna start I don't know, drinking tea like every other day, or I'm gonna cut my coffee down, like just make myself feel better. Whatever it is, there's a huge shift, because you see how there's just wands, like these 2 wands. You have the 2 wands are about thinking about what you want and then actually going after it, like really contemplating and making a decision. And what the Wheel of Fortune is saying, like, hey, you know, this is where the universe is at planetary wise. With all this fire, you can move, you can go, you can initiate, go, do what needs to be done, say what needs to be said, go. Nothing, we're not holding you back out here. That's what the universe is saying. It's like, hey, don't blame us. Don't be like, it's Mercury retrograde, it's all these retrogrades, and it's not even a retrograde thing right now. It's like, you can go. What do you want to do? Go. That's it. And then the way to heal it this week, we have the Six of Swords and the Nine of Coins, and this is really obvious because this is about self-care. But with the sacral space, this really has to do with letting go of the things that don't make you feel good, that don't make you feel like this. If you're not on a like Nine of Pentacles type of feeling, then that means your self-care is low. It's something that needs to get addressed, and that's something that mentally needs to happen. Things that don't make you feel good, that make you feel like shit, are constantly bringing up some sort of trouble in your space. Needs to be clear, needs to be cleansed, needs to be wiped, needs to be thank you next, as we said last year often. With the Six of Swords, it's like, hey, you mentally need to choose to love yourself, to be this strong, to be this powerful, to be this much in the zone. Like, you need to choose you. This is what it's saying. Your sacral space, when you choose yourself, you're able to work on these other seeds that are available to you. You're able to take those, the universe saying, hey, you know, we're ready. What do you want to do? When are we doing it? What's happening? You're able to take that energy and really transmute it into something in the physical realm. So it's up to you mentally to choose that, because that's what the swords are about. Mentally, mental, brain, go, action, do it, let's go. Okay, continuing. For the solar plexus, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. I'm sorry, the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Five of Swords. So again, there are some people out in these streets that are watching this video that are kind of going to be a little bit struggling as far as like they know something is not good for them. They have been getting the messages, but they've been trying to go against those messages. Why? Because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to have to accept that something's not meant for you. And when you come to terms with the fact that you have to let it go, it's like the worst, because you're like, but I really wanted to work. I really wanted to work out. I like, this is something that I wanted for a long time. I just wanted to be stable. But baby, why hasn't it been stable this whole time? Why? Things that are meant for you are not going to be difficult for you to build and grow upon. They're going to have their challenges, of course, and they have to stay entertaining by challenging us to do better. But they're not going to be so difficult that every time you try at the same thing, it's going to backfire on you. It's not going to be that difficult. So there needs to be a mental, active, just saying, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to clear that up. And we know this because the best way to heal that this week, we have the Ace of Spears, Wands, with the Magician, with the Eight of Coins, which is the Eight of Pentacles. And what this is saying is that you have the power. The Magician is Mercury. We know this. You have the power. You can take this sword. You can take your journey into your own hands. You can take your fate into your own hands. You can you can really influence your larger picture of your life by really putting to work what it is that you want to achieve on the long run. If you want love, but you are specifically fixating on one person, then maybe just ask for love. Don't ask for that person, because if it hasn't been working with that person, then that means that maybe that person is not necessarily meant for you. They're a lesson, not necessarily a long-term type of thing. So ask for love instead. Ask to be loved. Ask to have that job. Don't ask for like to be a CEO of whatever. Ask for, hey, you know what, I really want to work on this. This is what I really want to do. Ask for what, stay open, because you never know how it's going to come in. So just stay open, set the intention to be open, and you will be able to influence your journey in a larger aspect where you'll have some sort of say in when you're going without feeling frustrated about where you're going. For our heart space, we got the Three of Coins, and then we have the Four of Cups, blocking our heart chakra. And this definitely has something to do, again, there's some of you that build something for a while and it's just been a struggle trying to get it to settle. It has not settled. It doesn't want to settle. It's not going to settle. It's not something that necessarily, it doesn't have a strong foundation. And so your heart space is always just like blocked by the fact that you cannot accept this. You don't want to accept like this cup right here that he's bringing. You don't want to accept the fact that like this is not a good thing for you. This is not something that you can build on. This is not something that's a long-term thing either. It was meant to be a lesson, and it's almost like you're making it repeat itself. You're making just boom, 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 that repetitive, that karma. And Saturn, especially because it's in Capricorn, it's going to continue to be like, here's the karma. I'm gonna keep handing it to you. You want to get that ass whooped? Let's go. He's here for it any day. You want to get checked. Any day you want to get checked, he's here for it. And that's exactly why the Devil card came out for her, the best way to heal it. We have the Devil, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. And this is really about valuing yourself, staying committed to your goals, being open to your goals, understanding that you're still going to get to the end game. And the end game is that Ten of Cups, is that feeling good, is that happily ever after. Because though the moment, that space, that healing that you can get from those moments, the Ten of Cups, happily ever after, everything's great. You have the love of your life, you have the family, you have the pets, you have the growth, you have this peace, and you don't have to worry about your heart in this way because it's being taken care of. That is the bigger intention. Whoever takes on those roles, you need to let it happen naturally. You cannot enforce that, and that is the whole point here. With the Knight of Wands, it's about the journey, and your journey is going to be long for you to get this, especially if you kind of make it difficult for yourself. However, if you work with the Devil energy, which is the Capricorn energy, if you work with Capricorn energy, you know that we plan everything for long term. That's how we function. That's how we live our lives. So our end game is always going to be this. The Ten of Cups is always going to be the end game. And how do we get there? If not by doing this, if not by initiating, if not by making movements, really going on this journey and saying, you know what, this is what I want my life to look like. At the end of the day, I would really just want to come home to a family or whatever. Or at the end of the day, I just really want to have that job. I just really want to travel. I really want to connect back spiritually at whatever it is. It's about setting the intention for it and making it that a goal and acting upon it. That's what we do best. Capricorns are the best at really maneuvering through the energy, sorting out, sifting out what isn't for us, and saying, you know what, this is what I really want to do long term, and then working towards that long term goal, like achieved until we reach the top of that mountain. That's what that is. For our heart space, it really has to be like, you can't settle. That's the other thing. Capricorns don't settle for like basic, like non-valuable nonsense. We just don't. For people, that applies to people, that applies to anything. We hate settling because it's a waste of time. And you know, I've been saying this for ages. We hate wasting time. You want to piss off a Capricorn? Waste your time. We hate wasting time. That includes with people. That's why we don't fall that often for people. When we fall for people, that's like a really big deal to us, because it's like we don't care for people like often like that. We're too busy. We have so many other goals in mind that we can't even look at you. You know what I'm saying? So when we actually fall, it's like, wait, I'm integrating you into the part of the larger plan that I have set for my life, and that's what I want. Instead of saying, you know what, this specific person, I want them to be in this specific spot, it's more like, you know what, I would love to have this, I would love to have a partner or whatever, whoever it may be that's good for me, that's meant for me. Let that come in. Not specifically like, no, but it's this person that's gonna be there. That person. Like, unless you're already married and you know and you have that. For those who are struggling with it in the heart space, it's about not settling. It's about really setting your intentions and saying, hey. And also it's about having fun, because it's Knight of Wands. That's that fire energy in the chart right now. This is like saying you need to let a little bit loose. Like, don't be open to the energy, be open to where the fire spreads, because you never know where it's going to lead you. You never know who you're going to meet. You're never going to know who you're going to connect with on a deep soul level, which is what's going to lead you to this. Like, flings are not going to lead you to Ten of Cups, so, but you never know who you'll meet if you put yourself out there. So that's the heart space. Then we have the throat chakra. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, and then we have death in reverse as well. So there's some of you that did not learn your lessons from all of Scorpio season with this death card in reverse, but also a lot of it has to do with the mind. There's a stubbornness there that it's like, you know, you mentally need to process the fact that this is over, but you don't want to let it go. It's like it's almost like the Grim Reaper came to you and was like, hey, you know, this needs to pass, this needs to die, this needs to be released from your life, and you're like, no. And then you're just running away all the time from the Grim Reaper. That's what this is. That's what it is. Like, you know, there's a knowing with the Queen of Swords in reverse. There's still a knowing, and death is like, hey, you know, this is here. This shift is here. You need to release this, and you're just like, no, I'm not going to. No, no, no. And what does that do? What does that do? I'll tell you right now. The way to heal that this week is the 6 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. What you need to do is bring in that balance. The 6 of Coins asks you to be fair and just to yourself. It brings in the idea of justice, and we know that the Queen of Swords, which is ruled by air, can be very much via Libra or Libra energy. That the energy of justice, of fairness, of hey, like, hey, what are you giving to yourself though? How is this helping you? The 6 of Coins asks you to give to others, but how much are you giving to others? How much of yourself, how much of your time, your energy are you going to give to others, until you see what you are gaining or what you're getting from them? This 5 of Cups is really saying, hey, you've lost too many cups. How much more do you want to lose? If something is not fair to you, if the situation is not fair to you, if it's not in the right place, if it's not in divine timing, in divine alignment, if it's not a synchronicity, if you know, accept. That's what that's saying. And then just speak it into existence. Like, let it go. Let it go. Verbally, like, you know what, I know this is not meant for me, and I keep trying to make this into something, but it ain't, so I'm just gonna let it go. Period. Okay, now for the third eye, there's a whole story going on in here. Let me tell you. First card, 9 of Wands in reverse. Then we have the 7 of Wands, Temperance. And this right away tells me that, especially with the 9 of Wands in reverse, this is somebody not learning a lesson, and that goes into the rest of the reading. Somebody does not want to accept what they know, but they're not out of the battle yet. It's like you're still trying to fight a battle that's already, like, should have been done already, but you're still trying to fight it for some reason. And with the 7 of Wands in reverse, it's like, hey, you're trying to fight stuff that's like you could have easily walked away already, but you're still out here doing it. And Temperance is just like, you're not lacking that balance. It's not being weighted out. You're not looking at the details. You're not looking at the truth of the situation. You're just lost in the in this. And it's really this, the Ace of Cups, which is that thing that you think you're going to get from the situation, but you're not going to. And with Judgment, it's like, you know, that again is the knowing, is that Moon card. It's like, you know this is not meant for you. You know you're not going to receive this cup from this situation. However, you still strive to and think that this 4 of Wands it's going to be given to you. Like, you'll have that with whatever person or whatever it is that you're going through. You keep thinking that you're going to have that, but you're not going to have that with that specific person. You're not going to have that with that situation. It's just not meant for you. And the Emperor, again, all of these cards are in the blockage. And then the Emperor, not only is it taking away your power, your willpower, your strength, your ability to control yourself, your future, your destiny, not only is it taking away from that, but it's really wounding your heart space. It's really, really creating and stabbing your heart space because you want to continue to be in this, like, toxic environment for some reason. And then the best way to heal that, we have the 4 of Swords and this 10 of Wands. And what does that say? What does that say? 1, it says that you need to go contemplate, meditate, and really sort out your thoughts properly, and just accept that this thing, whatever it is not meant for you. You really need to accept it. There's no if, ands, or buts. This thing is just not meant for you, and you really need to connect. This is meditation. This is really like hermiting a little bit, especially if you've been trying to carry this energy all the way from 2018 to now, because we've been talking about this for months. If you're still trying to carry that over, you need to go back in and do that hermit thing, even though the energy is not really there for it, like planetary wise. I mean, there's still some stuff in water that's like been doing some games on a lot of people, but for the most part, there's a push right now. And the only way you're going to kind of start feeling that is by giving yourself the time. And I also kind of love how he looks like he's doing Reiki to this person. Anyway, and then the second part is the 10 of Wands. And that just means that you're going to have to take that fire energy that's present. You're going to have to take that and really apply it and push through as best you can. Because the fire energy can either be a blessing or a struggle. And right now it's a struggle, especially for the third eye. It's like you're gonna have to break through your own energy, your own blockages to really get to the place where you want to be. The way to heal the third eye this week is really about connecting, meditating, connecting with your higher self. Even if it hurts, even if it hurts to let go, even if it hurts and you have to push through, even if you're depressed, because I can see that in here, a lot of people are depressed right now. And like I've been saying, Capricorn season be like that for some people. It be like that because it makes you think. It makes you think about time. It makes you think about how much you invested in people. So it makes you really think, and that's what this is saying. It's like, hey, you still need to keep going though. You can't just give up on your life because this one thing that you wanted didn't work out. So there it is. For the crown chakra, we have the Hangman and the blockage and the King of Swords. So again, King of Swords knows his shit, knows what he's doing, knows what he knows how to speak as well. But in the blockage, this is like this is like hermiting, but you know what the truth is. You know what the game is. You know what the situation is. Like you've gotten every angle, you've gotten the guidance, you've gotten everything, but you still, for some reason, do not do anything about it. And for that reason, it is in the blockage, or your crown space is unable. It's just like you're mentally bringing up anxiety, you're mentally bringing up mental issues, mental illnesses. You can be, because you want to stay in that place. I'm not saying it's a choice for those who actually go like struggle with that. I'm talking about in the reading this week. That is something that we are subconsciously, consciously, unconsciously doing to ourselves. The best way to heal that this week, we have the 8 of Swords in reverse, and then we have the 10 of Swords. And this has to do with accepting death and accepting the outcome of what a situation might be. These are both swords, so they're both mind, consciousness, and the fact that it's this way, there's like, you need to break the restriction coming out of that 8 of Swords energy, that restrictive energy. Like, that doesn't need to be there. You don't need to restrict yourself mentally to your own abundances, to your own self-care, to your own, the way you feel about yourself, because we do have a couple of 9s here, and that's ruled by the Hermit card. So there is still a level of like that Virgo-ish energy underlining the reading a little bit. And with the 10 of Swords, is just saying, hey, this is over, this is a closure, you need to let this go. You need to transmute this somewhere else, and by the way you do that is by setting yourself free, allowing yourself to be set free this week. Really coming to terms that no, it's not meant for you, and it sucks, but it's not meant for you. Okay, let me pull an oracle card for you guys, and then I will let you guys free from this reading. And of course I'm going to be using the Enchanted Map Oracle because that's like the deck I use for you guys, as you guys well know. Crown chakra is so open. Oh my god. I can feel it. Anytime I do the Akashic Records prayer, I start feeling the, like, my crown opening, like connecting to the records pretty much midway through the prayer. It's just like woohoo connected. So it's just like I feel so airy, like woo. Okay. Message for this week. Okay, so oh my god. Sorry, I'm laughing because of the cards that jumped out. Okay, we're gonna talk about it though. So first card. I've read this one before, but we're gonna read it again. This one is Sacred Pool, and it says, the world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look into the mirror, what do you like? Do you like what you see? The Sacred Pool asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. Why do I do tarot readings? That you focus on self-love, self-esteem. We are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the Sacred Pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes when you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit? It becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. That is very beautiful. Actually, it reminded me of the ritual that we did 2 days ago. Okay. And the last card is Solitude. That's why I was laughing. I am comfortable in my own skin as I detach and replenish my soul. Why do I do tarot readings? Meditation is meditation is required for you to receive the solitude. When you receive the Solitude card as a sign, empty your mind of I can't pronounce that word, thoughts, and I can pronounce it in my head but not aloud. Allow stillness to flow through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, is a period for conscious retreat. What is called for now is to step back and take your focus off your life and your troubles. You're being surprised by how things sort themselves out once you've replenished your energy by means of much needed rest and time out. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I will see you guys on the next video. All my links and stuff will be down below. Yeah, bye.